Oh. I mean, you could do shots of whiskey. Yeah.
You'll let me do a shot of whiskey?
I don't care.
I'll let Anthony do a shot of rum first. No, do not touch me with your fucking cold rum.
I'll touch you with... Never mind.
Go.
Talking to me or him?
I'm talking to him.
Before I start this, I'm grabbing my stuff to get ready to also have a drink.
Excuse me while I pull a lunch chocolate. Ow. Thank you. Just listening to me brutalize somebody. It's right over there. Do you want me to put your shot?
Well, I just wasn't gonna do it.
Go for it.
Alright.
Okay, but you're gonna have to try again.
Since you won't do it on an inside, I'll go ahead and pour mine first. Since my stomach's not technically empty. Do you want to stream taking the shot also? I mean, like, face chat it on here.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, before.
Whatever.
My issue is I do not have a shot glass.
Oh no! Well, can you figure out how much of a shot the swig of your rum you can do?
Actually, I got some whiskey in my hand right now. Hold up.
No, like it's sweet.
Join you? No.
Okay. Spiced rum.
There. We only got food.
I was like, a shot would be about the bottom of this cup, so.
I really filled this.
3, 2.
No. Give me a second. Woo.
Oh, that shit's cold, man. This whiskey, my rum,
It's cold. Mine's in the freezer.
mine is cold and it seems frozen. Part of it. All right, yeah.
This is the rum with all the ice on it.
Same.
It's filling. Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Bet.
Okay, now pour mine, because we only have one shot glass.
You.
Damn.
I love the faces people make when they drink whiskey.
That's not whiskey. That was rum.
Oh, that was your rum?
Yeah.
There you go.
I have.
Not?
I've got
There you go.
honey whiskey, and then I have spiced rum.
We have spiced rum
Admiral Nelson?
and this was the whiskey I was doing.
Hold on, I'm not there. Nice.
Yeah, the Lynchburg whiskey man, the spiced rum.
I'm debating doing it.
Go, Tony, go! Go, Tony! Good pause.
Me.
One make absolutely no face, this one counts.
Are you in there, Rachel?
Yeah, I'm listening to everything.
There you go, Rachel.
Thanks.
Alright, episode 3. Part 1.
You want a fork or?
Chopsticks. I want chopsticks.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with 2 faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What the fuck did I even get myself into?
That's what I'm wondering.
Excuse me. They really do. You gotta wait.
Louis? Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be... Damn it. What's going on?
Why the fuck are you in the keep, Washington?
I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
I know, but like none of them look hot. Like they look high, but not hot.
Hot? Oh, I'm sorry, the characters don't look hot. My God, don't think Sarah did this, do you? I do not know.
They look like they woke up from a coma.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid I...
How awful. What has your mother gotten herself into now?
If only I knew, Mr. President.
If no one saw you, I'd advise you not to get involved, Louis, so that no one will accuse you of the murder. Darling, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room.
My
Everyone
question
will
is,
be
why the
expecting
fuck were you in the keep,
Mr. President,
though?
this is not really the right time, and I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must replace her while she's still missing. Your mother and I were to support Mortimer on this project. I don't know what the subject is, but the future of our countries depends on it. Given the importance of all this to Mortimer, he won't let the conference begin without you. So if you don't want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it. The best favor you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Don't worry. You can count on me, Mr. President. I shall help you with Mortimer's project as soon as I've finished up here.
Good, Louis. Sarah would be proud of you. I'll stall them while you're on your way, but make haste. I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
Oh, he's dead. What the hell's been going on here? Somebody smashed him in the back of his head with something. He slowly bled to death. But that hasn't what killed him. They broke his neck.
Let's see what secret's hidden under these masks. His face doesn't ring a bell. I'm a bit disappointed. Might have expected more from Lord Mortimer.
Really? Oh, I found a key.
Mother, if this is your doing, the situation is getting worse and worse. Someone's made a fire here, and the ashes are still warm. If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand.
Pull it and loot the body.
I must have just missed her. If only I hadn't wasted so much time getting out of Lord Mortimer's study. An old blanket. From the looks of it, it couldn't have kept her very warm. Leftover food. Not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while. An old blanket. From the looks of it, it couldn't have kept her very warm. Well, the gate is locked.
Anything else of interest here?
A fragment of amber.
Is there anything else that I can look for while I'm here?
Did you combination points or no? Oh no.
Someone's made a fire here, and the ashes are still warm. If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand. I must have just missed her. If only I hadn't wasted so much time getting out of Lord Mortimer's study.
I don't think there's anything else I can find. Can't go through here because the gate's locked.
Well, the gate is locked.
Deeper. Let's see if there's anything in this hallway. I guess we're leaving. Let me get the fuck out of the gardens, damn it. It's a stone sword. It's not useful at all. Yeah, but at the same time, it's probably not going to pull it back out of the statue for the fact that it was a part of a puzzle. Is it this way? We'll see what happens next, y'all.
What the hell is up with the gas sound?
That was water from my my sink. My bad. Just trying to do something.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Excuse me.
Beautiful. Nicely done.
Good one. Creepy hallway next to creepy room.
Uh-huh. Sounds about right. What the fuck? We made it, y'all. We made it to the round table.
I have suspected it.
Yep. I'm Sir Lancelot. That sounds like a great quest. Meet Lord Voldemort.
I have suspected it for some time, but now I'm convinced.
I have already told her so once. My normal master.
You must remember.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say.
Oh.
And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
Let's see here.
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Okay.
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings. Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin.
Make a lot of sense,
because
like
I'm
this
going to
could be
need
a
your
possibility
assistance.
that actually happens
You see,
in real life.
the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
Onyx. No, I just didn't know if you could understand or not.
But how does that concern me?
Well, you see, I prepared this project with your mother. We began thinking about a crazy idea. Unfortunately, Sarah went missing before getting the bigger picture. I don't intend to stop at Louisiana. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Lord Mortimer, I'm sure you're aware that Louisiana is hardly prime quality land. I wouldn't be exaggerating to call it marshland. How is acquiring land they won't know what to do with going to strengthen the United States?
Think further, Louis. The United States won't stop there. Once they've acquired Louisiana, nothing will stop them. All they would have to do then is keep pushing toward the west to take the whole North American continent.
So you intend to get rid of the Spanish?
They are purely transitory. This is the settlers' home. It is natural for them to want to develop their nation to become one of the greatest powers of this world. As for the Spanish, there are just a handful of them actually on site, and if need be, we'll see to it that they are sufficiently occupied in Europe so that their focus is not on the North American continent. Moreover, Spain really only cares about its colonies in South America. It's hardly my fault if they are not capable of seeing the potential in the North American territories. The concept of royalty is from bygone times. It is time to lead the way to democracy. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you. Like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project.
Whoever wrote the story
I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We will have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts. My friends, I propose we get started. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur. I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about the King of Divine Blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
I'm sorry about the fate of the King of France, Duke Manuel. However, I'm surprised at your remark. How can a man like me have changed the course of things where a man like you, powerful, capable of influencing international politics, was unable to do any better?
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before.
Kind of
dream
like
that,
for
the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world.
The United Nations kind of.
That we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your morals to yourself, if you please.
Senor,
I
would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
Wasn't gonna say anything but say.
It obviously doesn't stop you from sleeping at night.
Not in the least. Do not imagine I have anything against the American Indians or the blacks. That is not the question. But business is business. It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
And it might as well be the likes of you who rule. Is that right?
But of course.
Come now, my friends. Let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls.
So morally questioning.
We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
We are neighbors, Duke Manuel. Remember, your main rival in Europe is more likely to be England, who is plowing the seas right at your coastline. Hand over Louisiana to France and make her a prime ally.
Come, Louis. Spain and Great Britain are already allies and have nothing to gain by breaking their alliance.
Even if I do agree, Duchess, the omnipresence of the English fleet in Atlantic waters does not particularly please me.
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Oh, I missed it.
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests, as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive. This is politics. The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume.
Royal Gigolo.
Let Sir Gregory finish.
Oh, fuck, I missed it.
Holm, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
I don't know who to trust here. What do y'all think? Stay?
As for me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
You are committing a grave error, Louis.
Time will tell.
Bruh.
My friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
You see, Mr. President, Lord Mortimer anticipates that once France obtains Louisiana, they will cede it to you.
What do you mean? To us? The United States?
You heard right.
But
President Washington, the United States will double in size.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really going to sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those weapons. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to Mr. President.
I can't do either one of those.
Between you and me, Lord Mortimer, I'd rather let you explain.
That's why you need to expand, George. And I don't just mean Louisiana. That's just the first step. You will soon take over the whole of the northern continent. You will become a nation, able to compete with any of the superpowers of Europe or elsewhere.
But why didn't you tell me before?
So, Home doesn't see it coming, but by the time it dawns on Senor Godoy, it'll be too late because he'll realize that he's just lost all the North American continent. We all know that you won't stop once the path is cleared before you.
What do you mean?
You see, Monsieur Peru, it's very likely that once Louisiana becomes American, President Washington will push out even more and take the West Coast.
William, you haven't changed. Always one step ahead.
One step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Louis, if you have a minute, I would like to ask a favor of you. I'm going to require your services.
How can it be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence. So, I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Senor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
If you believe that's the best way, then...
Nevertheless, I wouldn't bring up all the habits and customs of the court with him too much. I sense he's on edge at the moment. I doubt he'll be able to abide by the rules of etiquette that befit his rank.
Thanks for the advice.
However, it must be done for the conference tomorrow morning. It's important, Louis.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy. And get some rest afterwards. Big day tomorrow.
So I've got to convince. Okay, we'll see if I can do that. Yeah, let's see if I can do that. I don't think I'm going to, but I'm gonna try. Especially with the fact that I don't have any of my skill points.
Monsieur Johann van Wulner.
I don't know him yet. Nope. But find out who this person is. Oh, I found another book.
The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment. Thus ends the Great Work. The incarnation of the purified spirit, the elevation of the soul, now become perfect. Its resurrection, thanks to the action of the alchemist. Except if the alchemist has bad intentions, then it's called manipulation. The human soul must descend, be corrupt, in order to become decomposed. It's something like what I felt when I think of what I found out about my mother. The soul must be transformed in order to attain sublimation by the recombination of the alchemist. It's tempting. The soul broken up must be purified by the alchemist. Nice program. Very metaphorical as occult theories go. The human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist. The alchemist as a young man. The alchemist as a young man.
He ain't young. The fuck? He's got a whole white beard and shit.
Signs of the Zodiac.
Oh, you're gonna be... What the fuck was that? Okay, I guess I can't go whatever the fuck's up there. What's this?
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Four-letter code, huh?
The signs of obscurantism. An old sesterce from Roman Gaul.
So was the guy that was in this room someone from Rome, I'm guessing? Hold on, okay, let me see something.
The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone.
Soul.
Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect
the code to that
latter by a
freaking
series
thing
of
is soul.
processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment. Very metaphorical as occult theories go. The human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist. A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Hey, because everything's about the alphabet.
There's no S though.
Can't be stolen.
Nope. I tried. So you have, for the first letter, you have L, I, Z, and O. For the second letter, you have P, I, E, F.
Okay, is there an answer to the last one?
Hold up. For the third, you have zero, or circle, or O, A, M, N. And for the first letter, you have U, X, C, G. And what was the question? There's got to be a hint of it somewhere here.
The alchemist is a young man.
Let's read through this passage. For some reason, I feel like it's something to do with this book.
The Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate
in spiritual
fulfillment. Very metaphorical as occult theories go, the human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist.
For the 4...
A chest locked with a 4-letter code, surely a word close to the owner's heart.
No, because I can't... There's no F for the first one. There's more to explore.
Your nieces are being annoying, Anthony. Your nieces are being annoying.
I don't know why it's like I don't know why I went into this room, but I'm enthused on what the fuck's in this box.
What's this room?
Just some random ass room I went into.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to
Amber crystals. The alchemist is an old man.
Yeah, I forgot to. Am I missing something? I've got to be missing something. There's something outside, maybe? What? I forget whose room this is. But I'm finding shit in it, so I'm not trying to go away from it right now. I still gotta go convince Gilder or Doy.
It's not
Argodi, whatever you want to say it.
The signs of the zodiac.
I've got to be.
Such a Virgo.
You know. There's gotta be something to do with this book.
The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment. The human soul must descend, be corrupt, in order to become decomposed. It's something like what I felt when I think of what I found out about my mother. The soul broken up must be purified by the alchemist. Nice program. The soul must be transformed in order to attain sublimation by the recombination of the alchemist. It's tempting. Thus ends the great work. The incarnation of the purified spirit, the elevation of the soul, now become perfect. Its resurrection, thanks to the action of the alchemist. Except if the alchemist has bad intentions, then it's called manipulation.
That doesn't give me any...
Very metaphorical as occult theories go. The human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist.
It makes no sense. I've got to be missing something.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
I wish you could do the use your knowledge type thing.
Yeah, well I can't at the moment, or I would. I don't know.
You might have to come back to here.
Yeah.
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
Look at whose room was it?
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
Monsieur John von whatever his name is.
Can you go back and try it?
Yep, I still... That's the thing, I don't like looking everything up.
No, I just looked it up because it says apparently look at the table above just to the right. It says look at the table above to the right. Which I think you just accidentally missed. Because I knew I'd seen it before.
Why is Rachel so silent? Which table?
But yeah, it says look at the table above just to the right, I think, of the Okay, so I think it's wherever the letter was. I mean, it's supposed to be like. Alright, go over to where the code was, and you put it up.
chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Yeah, because apparently I went. Wait, which table? The only table they have in this thing is this one.
To the right. It's the table above, just to the right.
Yeah, I can't reach it.
Yeah,
It's up there.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
I mean, you technically could, but
So how you spell it?
Z-I-N-C. Z-I-N. C.
Wherever the fuck that was.
Zinc.
Hi, Rachel. You good?
Hi.
Okay. Alright, let's go find where the fuck this guy is. And try to convince him to join my side. I doubt I'm going to be able to do it, but we're going to try.
Well, you do have to, yeah, that'd be like, you do have the wrong jelly.
I gotta find his room. What door is this?
Oh my god.
What?
So, I got a message on my watch saying that I had some message from a celebrity. I go on my Instagram and nothing shows up.
Okay then.
This is so funny.
That is funny.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah, sorry, I left to eat dessert and then my dad's really not feeling good, so, but he says he's okay, so we're concerned, but alright.
Yeah, I get that.
Dessert was really freaking salty, oh my god.
Your dessert was really salty?
What was it?
Yeah, my mom and dad bought this salty caramel nut chocolate pie thingy.
Oh.
And it was really salty. I mean, I know I need salt because the doctor said so, but dang, I don't think I need that much salt. Oh, crap.
Yeah, but once you obtain enough water so that the next time you have to go for a urine sample, it all comes out.
Yeah, the guy wants me to drink 32 ounces of water a day, but I went, I can barely drink a 24 ounce, so I'm trying.
Yeah, see, for me, how did I end up doing it? Because I needed to drink a fruit ton more water. I bought like the purified waters, the bottles and stuff, and then I keep them in the fridge, and then I make sure that I don't have to eat sodas or anything. So like when I get thirsty, like water is my only option.
Yeah, my mom wants me to diet down Mountain Dew and drink my water because of what the doctor said. So I told my mom, okay, tomorrow we have like 1 can of Mountain Dew because 6 cans I've had today.
Yeah, like I said, that's how I ended up doing it. Now I can like have like soda. I mean, I didn't bring soda back into my diet until like maybe where I had other stuff. So like now I can have like a soda and once in a while, but like I found myself starting craving water more often.
Yeah, I might have to either get some flavoring to make the water to have some flavor in it.
Yeah. I mean, I've noticed if it's really, really ice cold, then I don't really need a flavor to it.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Is like it has to be ice cold in order for me to drink water.
Yeah, I took you were doing tap for a while, and then like our taps are tasting really bad, so we've gotten a room filter for me in like a refillable water bottle, and I drink that when I'm not drinking my soda, which my soda is like no added sweeteners and everything. It's like this orange drink. I'm almost done with the case, but it's like an orange drink that's got like it's like 70% orange juice. And it's got like no sugar added or anything, it's just whatever's in it.
Yeah, I told my mom I might have to start buying Gatorade.
Oof.
I don't know if you can have orange juice.
Yeah, I can have orange juice. We just bought some for me to have for the mornings.
You can probably look it up. You might like it. Let me pull this. It's called Easing.
I'll be right back.
It's sparkling clementine.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah. 70% juice. Sparkling water, apple juice concentrate, grape juice, clarified orange juice. It's there's no added sugar and no preservatives in it.
I mean, I'll try whatever. I need flavor, man. It's like I need either ice water or something with flavor.
Yeah, this is like, it's like a good soda, because it like hits that soda trigger. But it's
not. I'm not addicted to soda at all. It's just it has flavor.
Yeah, for me,
thing.
I keep drinking it because it's like when I'm really craving something carbonated, that like hits that spot of carbonation. Because I will throw up if I drink sparkling water or seltzer water. Like
I know. Like people.
Straight up.
Yeah, I know. People were like, "Oh, you need the thing that'll make anything carbonated." I was like, I tried like a sip of that and I felt so sick. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
The soda stream?
I was like,
Sometimes the soda stream can be really good because I used to do it a lot when I was younger. But like for me, seltzer water, like legit just straight seltzer water, even if you add like a little bit of water flavoring to it, it's angry water. My stomach does not like that. My stomach goes, bad.
I don't know, man. My body's so weird. Like, for my vitamins, you're gonna laugh. I have to take, like, Flintstones because I can't even do the women's vitamins. Because if I do, I feel so sick. So it's like, even after my second surgery, my mom put me on the women's thing.
Have you gotten tested, like, I know you have a lot of health issues, but have you gotten tested for any allergies? Just because there might be something in women's vitamin that is hitting an allergic reaction for you. Like, I have to be careful because I have so many allergies. I don't have, like, any intestinal problems or anything besides maybe celiac, but that runs in my family. But I know that I have so many allergies that I have to, like, be ridiculously careful about what I eat. Because if I eat something that I have an allergic reaction to it, my stomach just gets seriously nauseous and I can't eat for the rest of the day.
See, there's a reason why Tinkerbell over there calls me vampire. I can't really do garlic.
I just crave red meat.
Yeah, I can't. Well, that's the thing too. It's like red meat's like iffy for me. I know I'm anemic, but it's like I can have like red meat like maybe once a week.
Can you
if I have it like constantly, I can't do it.
Well, since you're anemic, spinach and kale, I believe, should be good for you. I know kale, because kale has a lot of iron to it.
Yeah, I eat a lot of things with spinach in it.
My sister, I've got 2 younger sisters, and one of them has anemia issues. And she's pregnant now, so I'm really keeping an eye on it. But she had to start eating a lot of kale.
Yeah, I eat a lot of spinach. I can't really do kale. I tried, man. It was so bitter. I can't.
But yeah, like I have to be careful about what I eat because I get nauseous very easily. So like,
well, my thing is I can't do heavy foods. I can barely do spicy foods. Greasy foods I have to watch out for. Some things I can eat, some things I can't. I can't have Pizza Hut's pizza because of the sauce. There's something in that sauce that makes me sick.
Yeah, I would say if you get the chance, if you haven't done it yet, maybe talk to your primary care doctor and just like, hey, can we do an allergy test? Just to see if there's
that's the thing. I don't have a primary care. I have specialists. I don't have primary care, and that's what I'm trying to get my mom to let me have. Because, like, yeah, I know I'm in my 20s, but my mom's the one that drives me everywhere.
Yeah, I would talk to one of your specialists about it. You know, maybe.
Well, that's what the heart doctor said. She said that I'm gonna need a primary care to manage my heart, and that's what my mom's like, well, Rachel, looks like you're gonna need another doctor. And I'm like, I thought you said no more doctor's appointments. And she was like, yeah, that was before this happened.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I had to go, when I lived down in Tampa, because that's where I'm from, I moved up to Tennessee. When I lived down in Tampa, we couldn't figure out for the life of me why I was so nauseous all the time. Like, I'd eat something and then be sick for the rest of the day. Especially if I ate before 11. Or like, no, 1. If I ate before 1, then I was sick for the rest of the day and I couldn't eat. And I'm supposed to go back on my medication for it. I just have it because of COVID. But like, they did like an allergy thing for me when I was like 4. And my mom still doesn't remember all of my allergies, but like the doctor gave her the first day, I went, uh-huh. Second day, okay. Third day, damn. I like reacted so bad to everything.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm allergic to. I know I can't really do birth control pills, which is why I got a hysterectomy.
Oof.
Yeah, I had severe endo, so they gave me a hysterectomy because I can't really do birth control.
Yeah.
I can't do adult home medicine. I have to take kids. I can't do adult shots. I have to do kids shots. It's like,
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it might be a really good idea, because, I mean, definitely if there's, like, a food allergy or something, you'll know what that allergy is, and you can potentially avoid foods. Like, I have to avoid popcorn, high fructose corn syrup, I can't drink eggnog, anything with pumpkin spice.
The only food thing I know of that I can't do really is garlic. I can do a tiny bit, but other than that, forget it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm pretty chill. I don't really like chocolate, so for me it's like vanilla, but yeah. Yeah, I'm getting my blood tested tomorrow, so I'll know more results.
Well, that'll be good.
Yeah, he's gonna check my blood count because I told him that every time I get blood work done, I feel wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
So he's gonna check my blood count, and then he's gonna check my thyroid and everything else to make sure I'm okay. Check my one kidney.
I'd give you a kidney, but kidney failure runs in my family, so.
Oh, it's okay. My blood type's not even the same as my family, so if I really need a kidney, I'm pretty much screwed.
My blood type is O negative, and Anthony and I don't have any kids. Well, Anthony and I don't have any kids, but his twin sister is O negative and he's O positive. And nobody's sure how that worked out.
It's
I mean, besides the fact that they're fraternal, his mom's O neg.
It's alright. My siblings and my parents are all A positive. I'm A negative.
You must have just gotten the recessives.
I'm
no,
O positive.
I just got a rare type of blood.
Yeah, see, I'm O neg. My whole family's O neg. And then,
Austin, what are you? Are you A negative or are you A positive?
I'm O positive.
O positive? Oh, cool. So if I need blood, you can give me some.
Yeah.
Same with me, I'm the universal
negative. Yeah, you both can give me blood.
I can give everybody blood, but only O positive can give me blood.
Dang it.
Which I find retarded.
No, O negative can give you blood.
Yes, I'm saying.
Yeah, I can give blood to both of you guys. You just can't give blood back.
I need blood.
Neither of you can give me blood back.
I know, well, it's okay, I can't give anybody my blood. I'm on that list of can't give out blood anymore because of what happened Christmas Eve and Tinkerbell over there almost had a panic attack.
Yeah, well, that was not...
Yeah, remember?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, remember?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not even paying attention. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm in Emily's room.
Yeah, see, for me, how we ended up finding out Anthony's blood type was we went to blood donor, like one of those buses or whatever. Because his mom was telling me for years, because I've known Anthony for like, I've been married to him for 6 years, so I've known him for almost 9.
Oh, nice.
And his mom was telling me right after we got married, because we really didn't care about blood type until we got married. And I heard about the Rogam shot or whatever that I'd have to get if I was pregnant. And his mom was like, no, he's O negative. I'm like, are you absolutely sure? She goes, yeah, his twin sisters are O neg, so he has to be O neg. Because, I mean, me and his dad are O neg. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything, but we'll go ahead and check it. And it comes back and it goes, oh yeah, you're O positive. His mom was like, that's not normal.
Literally, that's what happened. After my surgery, it said A negative. And my mom was like, how is that A negative? What did the first surgery do? Did it give you blood? And I was like, I don't know. I lost oxygen. I don't know. And, like, I don't know what else they did. And then my mom told me to contact a blood donor that I donate blood to, so I did. And they said, yeah, you're A negative, and everybody else A positive. And my mom was like, how is that? Okay, you're rare.
Yeah, I started giving blood in high school, and I don't do it too awful much anymore.
Okay.
Simply because
I can't.
Up in high school. Well, like my last year in high school, I was donating at my school, and we have like what's called rolling veins. Our veins like roll out the needle, and we always tell them, if the vein rolls, pull it out, re-stick me. I don't care if I bleed too hard, too fast. Just don't fish for it. Well, her sister went off, it's like, full blood is fine.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for this. August 24th, 1792. My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news.
And I went, ah, and she was like, oh, did I hurt? I was like, no, I'm just screaming to scream.
The first time I ever gave blood, I ended up with some guy with blood, Wesley Knopfler. And he was awesome because, you know how they normally put your non-dominant
A chest with a half-circle pattern. All right, I've retrieved everything.
Yeah, for me to don't check with one's like my dominant hand, they just go, oh, okay, you got 2 arms. Are they both good? Yeah, just pick one. Okay, we'll pick this one, or we'll pick this one.
Yeah, see, for me, the last time I went and got blood dealt with, I had an issue with my arm where, like, it's like apparently a genetic thing. I don't remember what it's called.
President George Washington.
A couple layers of my skin, like on accident. Then blood rushes to that area and gets trapped inside it. So, like, it gets fixed, but, like, it just ends up with all this, like, plasma trapped in there. And there's nothing you can do about it except go to a
Locked.
dermatologist to get that dealt with. But, like, yeah, we didn't know what it was. We just knew that it was painful and hurt, and I had to go to the hospital at one point down in Tampa because they thought it was a staph infection. Nobody knew what it was. I didn't even know what it was. I've never dealt with that before. I just get into it all the time.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place.
I'm just running around exploring rooms now.
Yeah, mine's just due to the fact that I can't take adult shit, so if I'm like sick or whatever, I have to take the children's stuff, like I said, so it takes my body like 3 or 4 months for
Great, honey.
like get better. Like for my last surgery, it took me
Portrait of George Washington.
almost 4 months for my body to be okay.
Yeah, see, for me, when that whole thing happened with my arm, I went to the hospital, and I went to Tampa General, I think. And I warned them at the beginning, I was like, diabetes runs in my family. So I need to do something, because I didn't get a chance to eat anything before I showed up, because I had shown up to my doctor's appointment, they said don't eat anything on the way in. I had gone in there at like
President's personal reserve of laudanum, and judging by the quantity, you can't go without it. Ah, there's also a letter.
10 a.m. in the morning, and then I had been sent directly to the hospital from my primary care, and at like 9 o'clock at night, they still hadn't given me anything to eat. I was dizzy. The woman that was pulling my blood, she had to put saline into my arm to get into my hand to like be able to pull any blood. She's complaining the entire time. I'm like, look, lady, I'm dehydrated. I'm starving to death over here, and I still can't eat anything. I was like, can I have something?
What the fuck?
She goes, yeah, we're not just testing.
So apparently George Washington was also drinking that same shit Elizabeth was.
Nice. You didn't drink with us, did you?
I have not.
Map of Vermont.
Yeah. Sorry, that really sucks.
I'm in George Washington.
Like, the only issue that we had with it was the fact that they charged us something like $700 for it, and like at the end of all of that crap, they still couldn't tell me what was wrong.
That's alright. I don't even know what the heck they did during my first surgery, and I had to pay still like $2,000 some odd bucks, and I don't even know why I'm even paying it when I don't even know what the heck they did. All I know is I woke up and the first thing the nurse told me was, hey, you lost oxygen for 30 seconds, so even though you're just waking up, we're going to ask you a whole lot of questions just to make sure your brain's functioning. Yeah, that was fun.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like I said, for me, like right after I left that hospital, they were like, yeah, you should go see this dermatologist.
President George Washington.
$70 later, the issue was solved. It took me 1 round of regular, like, staph antibiotic, another round of, like, the heavy-duty staph antibiotic, a trip to the hospital,
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
He's like, yeah, fun, isn't it? Like, I would have wished that I knew this like $300 ago.
Oh, it's funny. Like, for mine, it's, oh, this isn't normal. It's like if I had a daughter, for every time I heard this isn't normal,
Amber crystals.
I know, right?
And they're like, how does this happen? It's like, you're the doctor, you're supposed to be telling me.
My favorite response that I've given my parents after appearing at stage, because they found out that I was getting nauseous. Because, like, I've been getting nauseous since I was, like, 10th grade. And I'm 30 now. So, yeah, since I was probably, like, 15, or, like, 16, 17, I've been getting nauseous. So, like, when I eat, so, you know, I just kind of, they were like, well, why didn't you say anything about it this time? And I'm like, well, like, everything that happens in my life, my brain just automatically goes, that's the new normal, work around it.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I know that feeling.
Yeah, I didn't even know that I had it, because I found out last year, like, middle of last year, like, July, that I had PTSD, and they were like, how did you not realize you were PTSD? And I'm like, because it was a new normal.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I was going to ask you the same question.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Volner out of the way.
Perhaps he didn't hear you. Did you try entering?
No, of course not. It would not be proper, after all.
Excuse me, but I must fetch a letter for the Duke.
Very well, sir. You may pass.
Yeah, see, for me, like, trying to have kids causes like PTSD. So,
Mary Louise of Parma. How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke. It looks like someone's hidden something on the back of this painting. It's a letter. Of course, it's written in Spanish. And it reeks of lavender. Well, well, Monsieur Godoy. You seem very interested in hiding this letter. Another secret romance, I presume? So, let's see what it says. It seems that the Queen isn't the only one enjoying the Lord Duke's favors. If the Queen found out, it would cost him dearly. I'll keep it with me. You never know.
I found blackmail. I can convince him to join me now.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim.
Do what?
I'm gonna have to think about that one.
I've not exactly met her. I've seen her talk on your Instagram, or not Instagram, on your Discord, but I haven't actually talked to her myself.
Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
I did not play that. I don't remember ever even. Is she really? I don't remember that one.
Manuel Godoy, a painting of himself in his room. Great, honey.
Possibly. It's been a while.
Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
She is quite the pyro.
Amber. Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and get. Volnder's probably still behind the door. I'd best go out through the balcony just in case.
What am I laughing at? I'm also enthused in the game. I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
Devil's Thorn.
Because I really don't know. Sex? I said.
Fine, I can't have sex because of the PTSD.
I think I said that.
That, and I didn't find out until I was married because I was raised Catholic that I'm actually probably gay. So, yeah, it was fine. It was pretty funny finding out I was boy gay that I wasn't interested in sex because I was Catholic, and then I got married. Had sex for the first time and realized I actually hate it.
Yeah, that's the thing for me. Like, I don't know how you feel about bodies, so I don't really want to say that. But, like, I am bi, but it's like, people want to define one thing, and like, I can't, like, I can give you pleasure about it, because I can't really take anything. And that's the one thing, like, asexual would be like, oh, that's okay. It's like, really, wait till like 5 years, and then
I will love, as an asexual, a good time for me, a pleasurable time for me, is recovering on the couch watching.
See? That's what I'm saying.
That's for me, but I flat out made jokes about the fact that me and like everybody got up in person on my orgy. And I said, I'll be in a different room. I will be in the aftercare room. Just have to tell me the view is done. Please bathe first, because I don't need to smell.
What the fuck?
I can cuddle, I can watch movies, I can like do that, but actually the physical stuff, like, I can't do. And they're like, I feel so bad for you.
Well, like I, for years, I felt really bad for my husband. He has a very high sex drive, where I have like an absolutely none. And we're in what's called the open areas now, because I was flat out told him for years, I was like, I can't do that. And so we were like, we weren't sure what it was, and then we found out, like, over time, number one, I'm AIDS, and number two, I have a lot of PTSD. So that ended up being an entirely fun situation. So, like,
Yeah.
now
But
he's
it
yeah.
Yeah, I get you. It's like, I'm not against it, it's just like, I can't do it because of health. So when people are like, oh, you look so cute, it's like, yeah, I can't do that, and then they stop talking to you.
Oh, my response being, you know, I would be like, you're so cute, you're like, I can't do that. I'm like, that's good, that's fine, I'll still be your wife. I'm like,
I'll be like, yeah, let's do it. Be like, yeah, let's do it. But yeah, also, thank you for letting me meet your friends.
Hey, y'all do what y'all want to do.
Like, I know more people in my husband's work than my husband does.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
He's definitely not in there, bro.
But yeah, like, my husband, like, Anthony let me meet one of his friends from work, and we, like, hung out today. It was me, him, and her, and her name was Kimberly. We met the day, and, like, it was, like, 20 minutes after her meeting you, I felt like the third wheel. I'm like, I'm sorry. He goes, no, I expected you guys to get along well. I did not expect you to get along like a house on fire.
Yeah. For me,
Then there's just me over here. Then you just have me over here.
Dating, I'm still scared of because of what happened with me in my lifetime. It's like, you know.
Yeah, see, for me, I dated off and on with, like, the knowledge that I was gonna have sex until I got married. Just that was how I was raised. And then, like I said, I met him and had sex for the first time over his life.
Duke Manuel?
Well. Monsieur de Richet, I was not expecting you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
For me, it was my mom. I was supposed to be trying to make me, but I
This conference can't have been easy for you. Is it always like this?
Ha! That is the least we can say. Yet I was warned. I knew what to expect from Mortimer. But I refused to be a laughingstock. If it is war the French want, that is what they will get.
Wait, we don't have to do this.
Perhaps. But everything is pushing us to do so. Just tell me one thing, monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone. Isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you. And France is surrounded by over 10 countries, just waiting for the word to pounce. Really. I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
The Golden Order, my friend. The Order is everywhere. We come from France. We are President of the United States, England, and many other countries. We have ambitions and the means to carry them out. You'll see, once all hell breaks out and your English support starts to fade away. The Order is an international organization. It matters little what governments do. Otherwise, why would Mortimer have gone to the trouble of inviting my mother?
If you are right, Sir Gregory has got it all wrong. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
My Lord Duke, you know as well as I do that our common enemy is and will always be England. I don't believe you look favorably at its embargo on France. Its ships cross the Atlantic Ocean right up to your coastline.
Do not even mention it. If those tea drinkers try anything in these waters, I will send the whole of the Spanish fleet to calm them down. Tell me one last thing. What would I gain from all this?
If you continue with home, our two countries will become rivals. It could turn into war. Who knows?
It is likely, even.
A war, Duke Manuel. On our own territories. Do you really see yourself committing the Kingdom of Spain to an armed conflict against France? Can you imagine the financial investment required, not to mention the loss of lives and dishonor at the slightest defeat? Do you see yourself being the man responsible for that?
No, but you are the one who's pushing me into it, you damned Frenchman!
I'm not pushing you into anything, Duke Manuel. If you are a man of the future and of progress, as I'm given to believe, you will know how much suffering a war would bring.
Come on, you fool, give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Monsieur, I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord Duke.
See you tomorrow. Well, that's one thing out of the way. The only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
I win. Ah, fuck, I didn't call my dad. I'll be back.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door is ajar. Pattern with 4 circles. Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds... All right. I've retrieved everything. Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around. The Beaucaire dinner. It hasn't been signed yet, but there's a letter with it. So, Bonaparte is going to publish a book that he didn't write. That crafty little rascal. dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte. Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I just ran into him. He was heading for the dining room.
Ah, thank you.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, you surprised me during the conference.
Why's that?
Well, you are going to lose. Why stay with Lord Mortimer?
I believe he has every chance of winning.
My, you are a rash one. However, if ever you want to change sides, please feel free to let me know.
But tell me, you didn't come here to try and make me change my mind, did you?
That's the last thing on my mind, although you would have everything to gain by it.
Do you perhaps know something that I don't? Come on, Emily. It's time you lay your cards on the table. If you have a good reason for Spain to keep Louisiana, I'm all ears.
Louis, I can assure you on good authority that the Crown will never let France take over Louisiana without taking firm action. Your country has everything to lose, especially now, it being weakened as it is on the home front.
In other words, you believe the aim is to weaken France?
Just an observation, Louis. Louis, if you trust me, you ought to ask yourself why I have chosen home. You do trust me, don't you?
Of course, Emily. You know you have my full trust.
Louis, you're lying. That's not good. Any more of that and I might get upset. Admit, though, that it does make you think. There's still time, you know. Join us before it's too late.
Unfortunately, my word is my bond. I don't want to leave Lord Mortimer in the lurch.
Very well, as you wish. It's up to you to decide.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Still nothing. And you? Any news of your sister?
No, but knowing her, I'm persuaded she's on someone's trail. You'll see. She'll surprise us all.
If only you knew, Emily. You're right. We must remain positive. I'm sure it won't be long before she turns up.
My thoughts, too. She is Duchess Hillsborough, after all.
And as such, she is capable of anything.
I am sure that you'll appreciate her. You'll see.
No doubt about that.
And it might turn out that you prefer her to me. Who knows?
Rest assured, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm sure she's very nice, but there is only one Emily Hillsborough.
We shall see. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Come, Louis.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him. He looks like he can be trusted. And Duchess Hillsborough, why isn't she here? She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. We want to have a little more faith in her. What are we going to do about Washington? He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king. Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing: to keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim. He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please, excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Emily? Emily? Are you there?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you.
Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Luc Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and it...
Godoy?
Calm, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory, anyone under my roof is by definition my guest, you included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to light.
What do you mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory, I regret to inform you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What? What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
For, of course.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, really?
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
Wait!
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Jacques, calm down. You're frightening everyone. Look at yourself. This is not the real you. Come on.
Rest assured, my friends, you're in no danger from me.
And share it to the computer. It's all good, Rachel. Shit happens. I understand that. Manipulation is now level 2. Politics. Why is questioning's level 1? Logic. Psychology.
Okay, I'm sharing it on general on Dragon Ball, so let's hope this works.
Okay. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, give me a second. I haven't even gone to it yet. Let's see if it'll let me.
Just canceled you off again.
What canceled me off?
Yeah, it looks like it kicked you off. I don't have like a microphone or anything, so I can't talk through it.
Oh, you're good.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Perrault has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down.